All right, Shalom. First off, and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Bahasham Kakudas. Want to give double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and the sincere Shalom to all the Akim out here doing and pushing his work in truth and in sincerity. Okay, I want to go on this video, okay, that small hat comedians are using a term called goyslop to describe Jake. Okay, and I asked ChatGPT, what is goyslop? Okay, and I'm gonna read it. Okay, Lord willing, this video is edifying. I'm gonna try to get a video of them using that term. Lord willing, this video doesn't get flagged. Okay. But it's offensive, but it's also funny. They put out these, my social media for some reason the past couple of days has been putting out, the algorithm has been putting out a lot of content from the small hatters, okay, 1940 fakers, okay, in different ways, just whether it's exposing them or whatever the case may be. And as I'm surfing for videos, contents, what's going on out there in the world, I've just been seeing a lot of, these type of videos that's been popping up, of, small hat comedians, using, the truth in a comedic type of way, and if you go into how, they are and what their belief is, they believe that, first off, the word goy right here, it says it's a Yiddish word meaning a non-Jew or Gentile, okay, in their belief. And it's in their book, the Talmud, that you do not have to tell anybody that is a non-Jew the truth. So you can lie to a non-Jew, okay? You can do a lot of different heinous acts, okay, towards a non-Jew, because they don't consider non-Jews people. They consider them cattle. Okay. So, it's funny because, of how they put it, and, they're corny, but it's funny that they're putting it out there like that, like it's a joke, but it's actually something that they actually believe in. Okay, and it's a trick, it's a game that they play, okay, that the small hatters play, okay, but if you're not hip to it, you're not going to catch on to it, okay. A lot of people are just thinking that they're just joking, and it's just all fun and games, but it's real different, okay. Now it says goy, right? We went over that. Then it says slop, meaning low quality food or garbage. Okay, so goyslop is used as a derogatory insult to describe mass-produced, low-quality media, food, or entertainment that some people claim is fed to non-Jews to keep them distracted or dumbed down. And that is the case. They've definitely fed our people the goyslop. Okay, and now people eat it up. Okay, it says, for example, people using this term might call things like cheap fast food, low effort TV shows, right? Tubi, right? McDonald's, and there's one of the small hat comedians that was going into that McDonald's is goyslop. But people love it, okay? It's not in a lot of countries. A lot of countries ban McDonald's and a lot of fast food over here. It says clickbait social media. Okay? People are on social media and, you know, you look at the videos and stuff like that a lot of people, you know, watch. They, you know, put their likes on and, you know, hearts and all that stuff, comments, you know. It's a lot of foolishness. Okay? It says repetitive music. Okay? Goyslop. So a lot of the music that they put on the radio stations, okay, was being circulated out here. Okay, and now people are taking it, you know, and they'll repeat it, you know. They love the music, you know, of today's, which is different. It isn't really music. You know, it's not talented. Okay? But it says the term is tied to anti-Semitic conspiracy thinking because it implies Jews secretly control media and food, which they do. Okay? It ain't no secret that all of the things that surround us is controlled by these people, by the small adders. Okay? But do the average person, you know, some people wouldn't know that. You know, the average nigga in the hood to talk about the Illuminati and stuff like that. You know? But do they go deep into it? You know, do they, you know, understand all the stuff? You know, a lot of people, you know, have the mindset that it's like, oh, well, what the hell can we do about it? Okay? But, you know, those of us that's in this truth, we know that we got to wake up out of the ways of this world. Okay? Come up out of the philosophies of this place. Okay? Don't let it consume you. Okay? It says they intentionally poison or manipulate others. Okay? So that's what they do. Okay? It says there's no evidence for that, but the evidence is inside the scriptures. Okay? It says it's a narrative used to create division and blame groups of people. And the funny thing about this is this term, this phrase is coming from them. Okay? They're the ones who's populating this term or making it popular. Okay? This ain't a term that, you know, Jake is, you know, Jake don't know what a goy is. Unless you're in the truth and you know. Okay? So, the fact that it's coming from them, okay, is evidence enough, and then it's also written in the scriptures. Okay? It says, so when you see goyslop, it usually means, I think this content is trash, but said in a way that targets ethnic religious groups. So the thing is, how is it targeting them when it's really, you know, goyslop is really, you know, what our people, you know, consume. Okay, the trash, the food, and all that stuff. But if you look at, you know, the small hatters, they don't eat, you know, the stuff that, you know, our people eat. Okay? So, let's go into, because I looked it up, right? And it says goyslop.
Let me talk about goyslop for a sec, right? So I've been an anti-Semite for about 5 years now. So I've been aware of all of the dog whistles and the goyslops and blah, blah, blah. Goyslop became a term of just things that are like unhealthy, not good for you, or just not good for your life. Like McDonald's is like goyslop or
you heard him say McDonald's.
So that's some good goyslop right there. Because the whole point is that it's supposed to weaken the minds of the goyim, right? But it's essentially that the Jews, this is what it stems for. It stems from the fact that the Jews are funneling garbage and slop to the goyim to make them fat and stupid. Consume the goyslop and get stupid so that the Jews could like run everything. I would argue that the Jews would run everything anyways. I don't see the point of goyslop. Now it got like mainstream. Majority of people probably don't even know what the goy part of goyslop means. They probably just know that it's just stuff that's bad for you. Let me talk about.
That's one person that said that. Okay, and he said what I said, pretty much, he even went further. He said that the Jews don't need they'll run stuff anyway. They don't need the goyslop to do this, and they already control everything. Okay, but this term is put out there. Okay, now there was one. Oh, here we go.
I got some goyslop. So there's 2 bags. There's some cigars, buzz balls, everything in here. Oh wait, I also got more goyslop. It's a beatbox, bro. Blueberry lemonade, Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah, it's fire. Thank you, bro. Be safe. Thank you. Enjoy the goyslop. Yes, sir. Enjoy it, bro.
So here you go. You got a small hatter giving a homeless guy what he called goyslop. Okay, and they consider it, they don't consider so-called white people, a part of their lineage. Okay, they don't consider themselves white people. Okay, but this term goes deep. Okay, there's a lot of content on this word. Okay, go do the research yourself. Okay, but let's see. Just looking at more. That's one video. Okay. Jake consumes all that stuff, Buy one, get one free, get 3 free, But look at that. Oh man, I missed it.
Week or done. Like, that's its intention. It comes in many forms. You can have media goyslop, you can have movie goyslop, you can have food goyslop. Like, there's plenty of slop to go around. Examples of this are like more recent mainstream movies, especially a lot of stuff on Netflix or Disney reiterations. McDonald's, fast food, Taco Bell, anything like that literally makes you infertile and weak. A lot of the music in the music industry, unfortunately, is goysloppy, especially female rap. And then like these mainstream journal articles that come out just convincing you to be weak. All these things have the same intended purpose, which is to lead you as far away from any sort of excellence, purity, clarity, strength, respectability in every way. So you essentially become less impressive as a human being, especially over time. Like, it might be, because goyslop is designed to be like super pleasurable, right? It's not like it's like, oh, I hate goyslop. Everyone loves goyslop. That's why the goys eat the goyslop, right? It's also very profitable. Goyslop. It's basically this term that came up like 3 years ago on 4chan to basically just.
So, there you got it. The way that they, putting it out there, you got some people that are, being more informative about it. Okay. You got some people that are, just straight up joking and putting out the content. Okay. But our people, they love this. They love the entertainment, the Babylonian juice of this place. Okay. You could talk to a Jake about, sports and football and food and all that stuff all day. A Jake won't even be hungry, and they'll talk about they want a freaking McDonald's sandwich or some shit, man. That's how Jake could take that shit home with them. If you got some McDonald's, or some type of stuff that you say that they can have, some snacks and shit, but all that stuff is, what a part of what makes people weak. Okay, I'm gonna get one scripture. Okay, well, I got this right here. I looked up the word manufactured, right? It says produced on a large scale using machinery. Okay, of evidence or a story, invented, fabricated. And that's what they, They do. They control the machine. Okay, they control who is able to be famous. Okay, what people see. Okay, they control the algorithm. Okay, especially when you know what certain Jake like. And they see the content. And it ends up popping up. Jacob, thumb down, a video like this, or, they'll, thumb down, the goyslop column. Okay. They won't even touch this type of, content. Okay. But then when you go into the videos in the comment sections of these videos, you see a lot of them, making comments about this. Okay. You rarely even see Jake. Okay. You rarely see Jake on these comments. Okay. Cause this ain't what Jake wanna look at, man. Okay. So I'm gonna get this scripture. Okay. This is Isaiah 6 and not well yeah, let's go 8. Also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. Right? You would think to go out, teach this word, that it would be simple, which it is simple. Okay? But you got a lot of simple-minded Jake that don't want to hear this word. Okay? Because all that's on their mind is the goyslop, or the foolishness that this world produces. Okay? They love it. Okay? So we are saying, telling the Lord, hey, I'll go out there, I'll talk to these people. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. These people don't want to hear this. Only the elect want to hear it. Okay? It says, and he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. Okay? So they see, they'll know. Okay, the small hatters, they know who small hatters are. A lot of them believe that they're the chosen people. But you don't know that those people who you think are the chosen people are looking at you like you ain't nothing. Okay? And when you go into the scriptures that you really are the children of God, that they stole your identity, that's why it's funny. It got flipped on you. But Jake don't want to hear that. You steady thinking and believing that those people are the chosen people of God. But don't even go into the content. You can't even talk about them. You can't even say nothing about them. It says, make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed. Jacob ready to go to war if somebody, hurt their favorite player on a football team, especially if they got a parlay. You hurt LeBron James, or somebody. You ready to cancel this person? Heck, you cancel people who bring out the truth, because it's not what you want to hear. Okay? But if you heard this truth and you got rid of all this bullcrap that's around you, okay, and you'll find out that you'll be an upstanding citizen, okay, if you follow what's inside of the scriptures. And a lot of this stuff is, vanity and bullshit. Okay? But the Lord is the one who really, got our people in this condition, because it's a punishment. Okay? People are sick. Okay? mentally. Okay? And you can see that when you have conversations with them. Their attention span is just not there. Okay? Because they so busy focused on, what it is that they could consume. Whether it's the next chick or the next female, the next male for women. Okay? They don't got their eyes on what's really important. Okay? And how they can grow. Jake want to just try to get to the money, and then spend the money on bull crap. Okay? So that's one of the reasons why the Lord got put Jake away, man. Okay? And if he would have chose the small hats, which he didn't choose them, they got the right mindset on thinking that you niggas ain't worth nothing. But Jake would try to go and save them. So with that, Lord, when this is edifying, want to say small, say small, want to say shalom till next time. Okay.